Welcome to your second video of today. Make sure you check out my Maguire and McTominay video from earlier. And yeah, I still don't know whether I'm going to upload 2 or 3 videos. I'm recording all of these at the same time, but you'll see them at different times. Second video today is about Palhinha, Harvey Barnes and Alex Scott. Not the pundit, the footballer from Bristol City. And I'm going to talk about why they are right for West Ham United, unlike McTominay and Maguire. Now let me digest. Palhinha. I've talked about Palhinha before. We are not going in for Edson Alvarez anymore. I don't think, because we're not favourites or something. I think I said this in my video. I had a feeling that Borussia Dortmund would beat us to Alvarez. I don't know why my mind went blank there, but Palhinha, everyone was panicking over the 90 million sell thing. Not only did I agree with a tweet saying this is exactly what we did with Declan Rice by pricing the midfielder out because of how important they are, but also it's not true. And think Jack Rossa. I think he's meant to be reliable. I'm not completely sure, but I feel like he is. I'm not completely sure. He said it'll be around 50 million. Now, if we sell Rice and we get Palhinha for 50 million, I'm not too bothered. It's also not my money either. My thing is just buy a player. Buy a player, please. And it has worried me a bit, and I'm going to talk about this probably tomorrow, that we haven't signed anyone yet, and it worried me even more when it was the year anniversary of the Enquiries signing, and we're moving even slower. We were worried about. We signed a lot of good players last season, but it was just the timing of them was awful, and not many of them got a pre-season. We need to sign players for a pre-season, and I don't think we're going to do that. I don't think these players are going to have a pre-season, which sucks. Get the Palhinha done. It should be done this week, but knowing this club, it won't be done this week because we take so slow to actually buy someone. We are waiting for this technical director, Declan Rice, to be confirmed. But yeah, whatever, innit? But Palhinha would be actually a good replacement for Declan Rice. Something we don't do as a club is replace a good player, a very good player. And I think when it comes to technical ability, he can actually drive with the ball. He's not the fastest. He doesn't. I'm not sure on his defensive side on stopping counter-attacks. I know he's good defensively in general, but just stopping counter-attacks. I haven't seen that trait of him yet, but I will look at that if we do sign him. I think he would work well with the likes of Lucas Paqueta and Pablo Fornals if he plays in the midfield. Or if he stays, he might go. You never know. But I think if we're trying to move on to the good football stage, Palhinha would be good. And pace and attack is also something we need. And Harvey Barnes, I am on board with it. Because if we're going to move Maxwell Cornet to a striker thing, and I wouldn't buy a striker. I would just move Maxwell Cornet up front or on the right and put Harvey Barnes on the left. And Harvey Barnes would be a very good signing at West Ham. I think it's Ben Jacobs that said that that West Ham feel confident he would get signed, that they will sign him, and not Tottenham as the favourites. But I don't know. Villa, Newcastle, I think, or not Newcastle. I don't know whether it is Newcastle. Someone else was in the race as well, but apparently we're meant to be favourites for Harvey Barnes, and we should be getting that done. Again, we should be getting that done this week. That should be a hard deal to do. But I feel like someone's going to go. That means with Pablo Fornals, Benrahma or Cornet. I think Fornals should just be moved into the centre But I know we had the whole Conference League thing. It's been 2 weeks since we won the Conference League. But sentiment aside, I wouldn't care if Fornals went. And I know that's going to hurt some people, but I wouldn't care. I would clap him off. Cult hero, not a legend, but cult hero. And yeah, I would clap him off if he was the one to go. I wouldn't sell Maxwell Cornet because he hasn't been given a chance. But that is the way it is right now. And the third player that needs to be talked about that we've been linked with is Alex Scott. Again, not the pundit, the footballer from Bristol City. He's more of the, from the comps that I've watched of him, I've only watched one game, and that was the game against Man City in the FA Cup. And he seems to be like a Grealish type player, like someone that originally in the middle, the way he carries the ball and dragging in defenders to win fouls. We need that type of player. That player's needed. The problem I have with these championship signings, and as much as Moyes loves them, he fails to integrate them properly and waits a season to actually play them. But the thing is with Moyes that he's on his last year of contract, so whoever he wants to play, you better fucking play them in his first season. But we will see, won't we? And I think that's another deal that another player that Tottenham are interested in. He's a Tottenham fan, so he probably prefer to go to Tottenham. But we need to move in quick, because Tottenham could bid. I know Daniel Levy's tight, but Daniel Levy could move in for Alex Scott because of the homegrown factor. He loves a homegrown player, so let's get him done as soon as possible as well. But I think we're stalling too much on this Declan Rice stuff, and Arsenal need to put a good enough bid. And if that's the way they're working, then it's stupid, because you're telling me that you don't have other revenue from anywhere else that you can use money for. I'm sure we do, but that's it, isn't it? I don't know whether Alex Scott is in the under-21s World Euro thing for England, so if he is, I'll check that out, but I don't think he is. So that's my stance on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. Social media's up in the description if you want to follow me on the email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.